Thanks a lot, Donnie and Bob. So let's go ahead and get you guys started with the scoop on Sarasota County news over the past 24 hours. Not a lot of things happening. We got the Walmart, a new Walmart, up to 95 employees will be hired. This is happening up in Sarasota early next year. They should start. The new store is going to be a Walmart neighborhood market, which a lot of people wish would come down this way to Venice. This one's going to be at Palmer Crossing, and the majority of the new associates will begin work in November to help prepare them for this grand opening, which is expected to happen on January 25th. Good things happening there. Busier, a lot of tourists, if we didn't know that. But Visit Sarasota has been out there actively promoting Sarasota County, which is what they're there for. And they said basically it's brought a lot more traffic. You're going to see an increase in traffic, especially with the season. People are saying they're already starting to see it now. You always, on my sites, you always hear people make the jokes about snowbirds, but I know a lot of them appreciate them because they are part of our economy and our cities and our county. People like Daniel Berger says the more visitors, the better. He likes hanging out with all the people. Basically, this Visit Sarasota went out and they promoted the area to different types of mediums, TV, print, and it included basically it evolved into a 4.2% increase in spending from tourists or tourism that is tied essentially to their marketing, they believe. Okay, let's go over now to the hospital situation. I shared this story yesterday. There's a video report from SNN out there that I shared today. Basically, 3 out of the 10 area hospitals received an A grade for safety on Monday from this biannual survey, which is put out by the Leapfrog Group. It's a nonprofit group that's committed to quality, safety, transparency, and all that stuff within the U.S. health system. Doctors Hospital of Sarasota, Inglewood Community, they retained their A, and Sarasota, which was a C, jumped up to an A. Unfortunately, Venice is a D, so that's not good for Venice as their troubles continue. Venice Mayor Hollick. This is something I wrote about. I think I wrote about it last week, and it was discussed during some of the forums. I know on Saturday you had a forum where he's come out and he said, look, I'm going to ask the county to delay the demolition of the old Venice Library building for at least 6 months. He said this would give the officials time to determine whether portions of the building are, if we're able to repurpose them and turn it into a youth center or some type of nonprofit office space. He's going to bring it up before the council to look at it, but he did write County Commissioner Hines, and basically Hines said, "Look, this is over. It's a done deal. We're building a new building there. We vacated it because of the mold issue," and he basically shut down Mayor Hollick, just like the Christine Robinson from the County Commission shut him down on his CRA proposal. A lot of these proposals, he's run at it by himself, and he's getting ahead of the game. I'm not sure why he does it that way. I think former mayor of Venice, Dr. Ed Martin, said it best when he said, this is a reason he's not supporting them, that the county is going to build a new library on that site, and Hollick's out there floating these ideas on his own. And he said the county came out and they said, look, we're building on that site, and essentially stop pestering the county. And that's partially why there's such a bad relationship between the city of Venice and the county. Commissioner Hines did point out that the temporary library site is already owned by the city, but is essentially will be available for the purpose that the city wishes after the library opens. And they basically plan on demolishing it all. I think they have a meeting set up for November 8th. And if you're down in South County, this county commission meeting on November 8th will be down here in the R.L. Anderson building. Or not RL, down here at the courthouse in South Venice, I believe. That same day, you have a city council meeting for the city of Venice, so it's going to be a busy day. Plus, it's election day. Wallet Hub put out their rankings, and this was interesting. I shared this yesterday, and it basically talked how Sarasota is number one in the category of having fitness centers on a per capita ratio. But what they are concerned about is the fact that Sarasota ranks pretty high, up in the 191 area for adult obesity. And they said that's due to the more elderly population doing a lot of the nighttime eating. The fact that there are so many restaurants, which is another thing on this test, is adding to the obesity levels. And that's a concern. They're saying also that even though we got a high per capita amount of fitness centers, that people just aren't using them. That's the way it goes. I can tell you, I've been doing fitness forever. I go almost every day. That's the goal of most of these gyms, is to bring on a ton of people, and they hope only 20-30% use them because they don't have the capacity to deal with everybody using it if they needed to. I did put out a video report from Sarasota County basically saying that today there's a new ordinance out there, or the ordinance for mangrove cutting. So check that out. Basically, the trimming ordinance is in effect. And if you got any questions, you can call them at 941-861-5000, or just watch the video I have on the uncensoredreport.com. And that's basically it for the news. I did put out this rant today that you see on my screen, or if you're on the radio, you can hear my voice. And it basically covers U.S. imperialism and how it may be bringing down the United States, the downfall of our country, in terms of monetary and budget, because we're allocating so much money over towards that military-industrial complex versus keeping it here and handling healthcare, education, and a lot of the domestic issues that we could be focusing on versus spreading our imperialistic power. All right, this has been Frankie with the Uncensoredreport.com, or as you guys all know me, The Scoop. And back to you, Bob and Donnie.